At the border, we need the wall. The wall's going to happen.
That was President Trump weighing in on the immigration crisis during a brand new interview with our next guest.
That's right. Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, Fox News contributor and host of Huckabee on TBN, joins us now. Governor, thanks for being here this morning. Appreciate it. Congrats on the interview. What was your biggest takeaway sitting down with the president?
Well, he was very candid and open when he was talking about the immigration issue, as well as other topics as well. But one of the things he points out is that most people don't understand that this is not about keeping immigrants out. This is about making sure that the immigrants who come are people who want to come to help America be a wonderful place, and because they believe in America. And the difference is the random lottery, which he talks about, is really a disastrous and frankly foolish approach to just dipping into a hat and saying, you get to come, and maybe there's a scientist that we could really use, and that person didn't get picked in the lottery. He talks about the insanity of that. It's very, very insightful.
Well, Governor, you seem to be, pardon me, one second, you seem to be diagnosing the problem with immigration, as is the president. But for him to just blame Democrats, I get Chuck Schumer's been blocking a lot of this, but his own fellow Republicans, your fellow Republicans, can't get a bill through the House, which they supposedly control, last time I checked. So how can you just blame the Democrats? What is going on? Why can't House Republicans listen to the voters who in 2016, I seem to have heard loud and clear, they wanted to do something about that lottery system and the wall and everything else?
Well, you have some Republicans who, I guess, have never really decided what that means. What that means is that you believe in a rule of law, that you believe in order, that you believe that your basic purpose is to serve citizens, and that the building of a wall is not an anti-immigrant. It's a basically concept to make sure that you protect America and Americans, that you have a door. Most people lock their homes at night. I bet every one of you did that last night. You didn't live in an unlocked house. None of us do. We lock our cars. We protect ourselves, not because we distrust everybody, but we know that there's some evil people out there.
So why won't Republicans do that? Why won't they lock that door, Governor? Why won't Republicans do it?
Because a lot of them are so beholden to the special interest who want the cheap labor of illegal immigration, and they've been just totally owned by the donors. So let's just be blunt. This is not about their convictions. This is about they are kowtowing to the donors who have given them money and put them there. And I say, you know, for those, it's time for them to go home and let them work in the fields, let them do the labor cheaply that they want illegals to do, and let's keep Americans from having jobs. I'm sick of the Republicans who will not get this done according to just a simple law and order approach to immigration. There's not a country in the world I can just walk into and say, I'm here, feed me, take care of me, educate my kids.
No, you speak for so many Americans. I think that's what so many of us hate about politics, is you're so focused on the next election that you don't focus at all on doing what is right and what is best for this country. I want to get your thoughts on Donnie Deutsch, someone who is across the pond here on another network, had some pretty cruel things to say about anyone who voted for President Trump. Here's what he said.
It can no longer be about who Trump is. It has to be about who we are. If we are working towards November, we can no longer say Trump's the bad guy. If you vote for Trump, you're the bad guy. If you vote for Trump, you are ripping children from parents' arms. What the Democrats have to do is make the next election a referendum on not who Trump is, but who you are. If you vote for Trump, then you, the voter, you, not Donald Trump, are standing at the border like Nazis going, you here, you here.
Governor, how dangerous is this language? I hear something like that and I think to myself, this is the problem. This is why we can't get anywhere today.
It's very dangerous, and let me tell you why. If I had not seen that clip and had only read it, I would have assumed it was fake news, because I can't believe that anybody would be so absurdly over-the-top, irrational, and unhinged as what we just saw. I would like to take Donnie Deutsch to Auschwitz, which I've been to 3 times. I'd like to personally escort him to Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, that I've been to dozens of times, and I've taken thousands of people to go see. He clearly doesn't know what Nazis are about. Nazis murdered people. They went into people's homes. They rounded up perfectly legitimate, law-abiding citizens, And because they were Jewish, they stole everything they owned. They herded them into streets and on train cars. They shaved their heads. They stripped them naked. They put them in showers that turned out to be gas chambers, and then they cremated their bodies. They murdered people in the tune of 11 million in the course of the Third Reich. That is absurd to say that anyone who votes for Donald Trump is a Nazi. Donnie Douche, the only thing worse than what he said, which was awful, was the smug and condescending manner which he and the other elites looked down upon the people who elected Donald Trump, and because of their smug and condescending attitude, will re-elect him in 2020.
When you invoke the Nazis, you lose, is plain and simple. Governor, thank you very much for that historical perspective. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Look forward to seeing the rest of your interview, Governor.
You bet.
Nice work.
Thank you.
All right, turning now to some other headlines we are following this morning. Police officers race into harm's way, digging out victims from rubble after a violent home invasion.